these are previously sampled cymbals, so essentially we're going to go ahead and make these three congs an addition. We'll do it in the combinator right after floor tom, so crash 1, crash 2, and the ride. Even though these ones have like a bell option, so like we're dragging and dropping in cymbal 1s, and there's a direct and there's a room, so notice there's a direct and a room pair. Load them up the way we did before, link them together. But then once you've put them in, and after you've routed their outputs, making sure the direct goes to output main left right, and the room goes to output 3 4 for each group. After you've done that, you might want to just sample through them, see which ones you like. Just remember that you can pitch adjust them, and if you pitch adjust the direct and the room with the same amount, you'll get a very consistent pitch adjustment. If you were like, hey, these cymbals seem a little bright, and you can adjust the tone as well. Right now, here are the crashes. Now, these are two different cymbals, which is why they're crash 1, crash 2. So that actually signifies that there's two different cymbals being played, not just one with different variations. It's actually two different cymbals. And then our last one here is going to be the ride cymbal. And the ride cymbal we can just pull out of the ride group over here. And we have ride cymbal direct, and then we have ride cymbal bell. Ride cymbal direct, ride cymbal room, and then ride cymbal bell direct, ride cymbal bell room. Tab around to the back, link these up, so gate in to gate out in each pair. Oops. So that they fire off okay. We're going to route the outputs again, so all the directs are going to main left right, the directs in each group. All the rooms are going to output 3 4. And then it's just a matter of taste from here, like which ones we want to highlight, which ones we prefer to hear. I kind of like this one. So on my controller, what I'm planning to do is go crash cymbal 1. So I'm going to go crash 1, crash 2, and ride. Actually, let's see. You know what? I'm going to take out this. I'm going to do ride. Actually, I'm going to do ride and ride bell. I'm going to get rid of my. I'm actually going to get rid of this kick one that I was doing. So what this is going to mean is, like this will be my normal ride, and this will be my ride bell. And if I want it to be less kind of like here, it kind of carries on. If I want it to be a little less reverberant, a little more pronounced, so let me turn this up. What I can do with it is take the decay down a little bit. So if you adjust the decay, it keeps it from going on too long. I ended up doing the same thing with Tom 1. Tom 1 was a little long for me. It just held out a little too long. So on Tom 1, I took the decay down a bit so that it didn't carry on so long. But I did the same thing with this bell on the cymbal. So I'm going to take, let's see, this one might be a little too long too. Yeah, a little more. What I'm going to do is then I'm going to tab around to the back. I'm going to make 15 be applied to this, to the first pad here, and then 16 to be on 3. So gate out to gate in, and gate out I'm going to pull from that other one and put it here. So now ride bell, crash 1. So let me actually collapse the ride real quick. Crash 1's going to go up. I'll collapse crash 2 too. So crash 1, pad 13, gate out is going to go up here to crashes. Let me try this one, see if I like this one. Actually, I think I like the louder one, but let me see. What I might do with this one is I might do the alternating strikes. I think I'm going to do it with this group. Just hit G, G. So it'll technically go back and forth between them. Because it's not like we're going to be slamming on the cymbals a whole lot. So by going into quick edit and making these alternate groups, they alternate back and forth. I'm only hitting the one pad, so that worked out nicely. Then I'm going to go to crash 2. Let's go to crash 2. We're going to do the same thing. Tab around to the back and out of channel 14. Let's see, crash 2. Let's try it here. And do the same thing here. We're going to just put these all in the alternate group G, just the first of the 2 pads. It'll activate both groups. Now the only thing that's wrong here is this is our cymbal volume. And here's our cymbals are much, much louder just overall. So what we're going to need to do is go up top to the mixer here. And I'm going to pull this down so I feel comfortable with it. I'm going to do 60 actually. So what I'm going to do is I need to make sure that I match both the direct and the room mic. Now here's the thing, I would plan on crash 1 to be on the left, so I'm actually going to pan it in the mixer. And I want to pan the room as well a little bit. Now I don't want the rooms panned as hard because it's a room mic, and room mics will kind of bleed, so they should kind of be a little bit overlapping. So it should be hard left, hard right with the rooms, but you can make it a little more hard left and right, but not all the way. This is going to go down to 60 as well. And then the ride. Yeah, I'll do 60. Now, if it's from drummer's perspective, the ride is on the right, but it doesn't need to be panned all the way right. It just needs to be panned a little bit to the right. I'm gonna pull these down to 60 so that hopefully we get a nice. Yeah, there we go. Now the only thing I notice is it sounds like, let me see how much reverb we have going, or not reverb, but rooms. Sounds like we might need to go up a little bit with the rooms for the cymbals compared to the snare. So I might actually take these guys to about 80. Just because the comparison, this one was done in the rooms are in the studio versus the rooms in storage room. So these are storage room rooms, and these are studio rooms. Although crash 1 seems to be really hecka loud, so let me go down to crash 1 real quick. I think it's just the first. All right, so let's try that. Let's see. Try some cymbals. Just some crashes, you know. as long as the cymbals sound fairly natural. Let's say we switch over to ride. Let's say we do let's do a dub here. So one with a pre-roll. And then we give a little quantization to that. So I'm just kind of stacking these a little bit. Yeah, so good shape, you know. So if you guys can get those cymbals loaded in, we should be in good shape with those. I think we just got. I mean, the big thing is after they're loaded, you really kind of have to focus on what's the balance between them and the rest of the kit, you know. And it's just like any other thing where you're just gonna have to balance out the overall mic balance in relation to that. So I think you guys should be off to a pretty good start with that, and then you kind of just get that balanced out.